Hello and welcome to the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series powered by Geico Power Sports. We're ready to bring you all the action from round number 6 of this awesome series. It'll happen right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's talk about the Pro 4 category. It was Carl Renezetter and his awesome team that rolled out with a brand new truck for round number 5. No seat time on it. They qualified on the pole, but then had some radiator issues, found themselves thrashing, nearly missed the race, started dead last, shot to the front, and picked up a win. Well, they'll have to deal with one Rick Huseman, your points leader here today, because he's qualified that Toyota up on the pole. That'll be a great fight, as it always is.
Run Pro 2 for about 1.5 seasons. He will make his second start in a Pro 4, and he qualified in number 4. He will start inside of row 2 in the 3rd position. And of course, we're talking about Showtime, Jeremy McGrath. And let's talk about this Pro 4. You got all 4 wheels spinning. Compare it to the Pro 2, man.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. I mean, just getting in the truck on Friday for qualifying I was definitely fish out of water, but driving the Pro 4 is a good time. Got a great opportunity from the Stronghold guys, and got to say thanks to Johnny, my team manager, team boss, Monster Energy Toyota, and I'm having a blast. Qualify 4th is pretty surprising, but looking for a good race.
You've been real close to winning in a Pro 2. What would it mean to you to get your first win in a truck, in a Pro 4 truck?
Well, I mean, I'll take a win any way we can get it. I'm not really thinking about that. I just got to have a good race. Yesterday, I flipped on the first lap. Had some good times, but kind of threw it away on my own. But I have to say that I would be pretty disappointed if I won in Pro 4 before I get the business done in Pro 2.
Well, guys, he starts inside row number 2. Jeremy McGrath, Showtime's got a good qualifying start.
My guess is he could live with that disappointment given the opportunity.
10-4.
Okay, let's take a look at our points, courtesy of Team Associated Rick Huseman. Of course, with 3 consecutive wins, Carl Renezetter with the last win, though, just 7 points back than Adrian Chinney right there in the hunt. Let's get down to Kelly.
Hey guys, here with the man leading the points race right now, Rick Huseman. Rick, you finished second in round number 5. I know you were a little upset with that last-minute finish. Take us through that race.
That was a kind of a weird deal. You know, I led most of the race and got tangled up after the yellow flag, and you know, I should be happy. I am happy with the second place, but you know, when you're leading the race most of the race and you only get second, it's kind of disappointing. But second is really good for us, and you know, it keeps us in the points. And unfortunately, Carl finished ahead of us and gained a little points on us, but we're still in the lead, so we're happy with that.
Now, what are you going to bring for the fans here today in Las Vegas?
I'm bringing a lot of excitement. We're going to do some good racing, you know, some good battling out here, and get this Traxxas truck up there on the podium again with Monster and BFG and Toyota.
Well, Rick will be starting on the outside of row number 3 here in Las Vegas, and hopefully that number 36 truck will land back up on the podium.
And little Ricky is in the house to watch his dad hopefully pick up another win. You see a little bit of action weather-wise out in the distance. Will it make its way over here for the Pro 4 race? Well, these guys don't care. They're climbing in and suiting up. Hold on. Pro 4s, round 6 next. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Pro 4 division, round number 6. Stout and Steel ready to call all the action for you, and Kelly Snyder also ready to go. Kelly?
Guys, the Pro 4 reigning champion Carl Renezetter has definitely had a Cinderella story out here in Las Vegas. In round number 5, he barely made it out to the track on time, had to pull into the pits for a last-minute stop, started dead last, but miraculously pulled off the win. He's back here today, but had his share of difficulties in the pits last night. They replaced an engine, they replaced the radiator, they've gone through 4 in the last 48 hours. This new truck has definitely shown its side of the problems, but he's back out here. He'll be starting on the outside of row number 2, and hopefully this champion can show why he is the best.
Great job, Kelly. Yeah, they were struggling with a lot of pressure in that radiator system. Johnny Greaves on the outside of row number 1. Steve Barlow with a good qualifying effort as our KMC grid. Jeremy McGrath inside of row 2. Rick Huseman on the outside of row 3 alongside the Wild Man, who will be on the inside. The kid Kyle LeDuc and Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson had a very fast truck there in row 4, row 5. Kurt LeDuc doing very well on the points alongside Travis Coyne. Go back to row 6 and Kent Brasho out of Alabama. And Josh Merrill will line up beside him. Then John Hare out here with the Pro 4 machine alongside Eric Barron. And to round out the 15 truck field, Jerry Doherty, who picked up his first win in the category just 1 year ago, a little bit south of here in Prim. Good start for Johnny Greaves.
Nice jump, and you can see the rain falling, the camera with a little bit of moisture on it. A little bit of water isn't a huge problem, but it will play a little bit of effect on the face shields. And Johnny stepping out just a little bit as we go on board with the General Tire cam with Carl Renesetter.
Good job for Jeremy McGrath as they go 3 wide back there. Jeremy McGrath not flipping in turn number 1. Kent Brasho all the way around, though, in turn number 3.
A little bit of help from the MAV TV Hart and Huntington truck of Josh Merrill in the side of the truck there. Well, if you're going to start spinning, let me help you the rest of the way around.
And you can see how dark it is in the background over there as once again we take a look at the Lucas Oil back machine on the General Tires of Carl Renesetter. Kyle LeDuc right behind him with a 99 truck, and Adrian Cheney with a chassis built by Dave Clark, a very talented chassis builder, and that truck has been fast this year.
One thing about this track is this off camber here. You can see him going through. It's hard to tell, but when they're going to the right, it's really dropping away from them. Then they can set it up as a pendulum turn into the final turn of the track. It's a thing of beauty when it works perfect, but when it starts to dry out and get some edges in there, it can really wreak havoc with the drivers. Right now, it's a perfectly groomed, smooth, and watered course.
By the way, Rick Huseman worked his way in between Kyle LeDuc and Adrian Cheney. And Kyle LeDuc out into the wall. That doesn't happen by itself. He got up on the bike there and had to try and save the truck and drove it out there. We'll see if we get another look at that later. Another look at Adrian Cheney, the Atrium staffing back machine, which is his company out of New York.
And they call him the Wild Man for good reason. He puts on quite a show, willing to do just about anything to get to the front as we take a look back, see if we can figure out what happened. And oh, Kyle in the Rockstar Energy Makita sponsored machine basically touching the door on the dirt, getting a little help maybe up on the 2 wheels, but a beautiful save, a 10 on the save meter.
And guys, Steve Barlow in that Red Bull number 83 running in second. Normally runs the number 2 truck. The 83 on the side this weekend for his good friend NASCAR Sprint Cup star Brian Vickers, who is battling some medical issues. It's a new truck for Steve Barlow this weekend. In round 5, he had RJ Ricky Johnson helping him out, spotting for him, telling him how to get around this racetrack, and it has certainly paid off. Right now, Barlow doing a great job running in that number 83 truck in second spot.
And Steve did a great job in qualifying out here. Ricky Johnson definitely helping him around the track there, telling him when he could pick up the throttle and lean in the turn a little harder, and Steve has responded. So Steve's just an all-around great guy, too. Some restaurants in the SoCal area. Super individual.
As we go on board with the Ready Lift onboard camera, Jeremy McGrath doing work and looking over at Carl Renesetter.
Probably would like to pull a tear off there, but we'll wait for a better time to do so. Nice job, nice and smooth for McGrath through that turn.
Jeremy told me that he's able to be smoother and more deliberate, and it seems like he has more time to drive the truck, driving the 4-wheel drive with the fronts digging. He's used to driving that 2-wheel drive, and he says that's quite a bit busier to drive.
And that truck formerly campaigned by Troy Herbst, crew chief by Mike Smith, and Mike Smith is out here wrenching on that truck this weekend as well. Carl Renesetter right beside him, but they better watch out for that 16 truck. My bad, the 36 truck right behind him. The Traxxas Monster Energy truck, and that is Rick Huseman leaning on him hard.
This is a great race, a little ballet of 900 horsepower trucks as they look synchronized there a bit. No, a little bit of contact there. Huseman getting a nose inside of Renesetter. Renesetter maybe shut the door on him a bit as Renesetter's looking forward and now has to pay attention to the back. And speaking of the back, that orange Atrium staffing truck, well, he's not afraid to put the nose in wherever it needs to go, and wow.
Big hit there between Huseman and, of course, Jeremy McGrath way sideways off of that jump's going to have to try and gather it up, and Huseman on the brakes just long enough to miss him as he and Adrian Cheney both drive by as, of course, Showtime cutting his teeth out here in the PRO4 category. There is your General Tire Top 5. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the E3 Spark Plugs Off-Road Nationals. Johnny Greaves so far out front we can't even find him. Another guy you won't find out here is one Jeremy McGrath. Rob, you have more.
And guys, back here in the hot pits with Jeremy McGrath, you can see a broken tie rod on the left front of this 15 truck. Jeremy, the truck was looking pretty good out there. Looks like you're having a ball, man. Tough break for you.
Yeah, I was trying hard to be patient today. You know, yesterday I threw it away right in the beginning of the race, and it's kind of unfortunate. You know, these guys have been putting in a lot of hard work this weekend, and I got a little wide. Carl went up the inside of me, and it looked like Huseman got inside pretty good, and he kind of unwound that truck we came together pretty hard. So, I don't know, not sure it was anybody's fault. It's just a racing deal, and happened to hit me directly on the wheel, and that'll take an A-arm out anytime, so.
Well, definitely a tough break from McGrath, Rob, and it looks like front-end problems maybe for Barlow in the Red Bull number 83. It doesn't look like those front wheels are spinning, Ken.
Well, he's pretty good in a Pro 2 truck as well. In fact, that's how he started his short course off-road racing career off, was in the Pro 2 division, and yep, sure enough, that is a sure sign with the Pro 4s, and there's the Wild Man doing a little bit of Wild Man action.
And you can see those front wheels not spinning for Barlow. Got to totally change up your driving style, and Adrian didn't mind just using them as a little bit of traction.
Another look at it right here, and the weight blast on the Pro 4s is certainly set up for those front wheels to dig, and when they don't, these trucks spin out very easily. Right there, Adrian Chinney, not a whole lot of patience, gets on the throttle, pretty much drives over the top of him.
The contact, obviously not Adrian's fault, but a little antsy maybe to get out of there. But hey, when you're racing, you're not thinking about backing up. You're like, okay, I can get right over his tire. I'm going, thank you.
Johnny Greaves out front. That is a look at Carl Renazetter, of course. There's Johnny Greaves, the Monster Energy-backed machine. That Toyota looking great out here today.
A great shot there, just both of Carl and of Johnny setting up corners so perfectly and carrying it into the next corner in momentum. As we get our competition yellow, we're going to re-rack them, line them all up nose to tail, and restart them.
Carl Renazetter picked up a win, a round to go. Johnny Greaves and Carl, the two winningest drivers in the division. Stay with us. Motor Speedway, E3 Spark Plugs, Off-Road Nationals. Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series, powered by Geico. Stout and Steel bringing you the action here, round 6. We're about to restart them. The two winningest drivers in the history of short course Pro 4 off-road racing are first and second, tied at 35 wins apiece in the category.
And some banging back there. Kurt Leduc, the veteran, getting a little crazy, but right now Johnny Greaves does not have a win on the season, which surprises me, and I'm sure you can. And Carl right now doing everything he can to keep him out of that first place position.
He's had a couple mechanical issues. He's had some bad luck along the way, and right now he has a Carl Renazetter with a brand new truck that is working incredibly good.
And right there, Johnny with a couple stage turn, and I've seen some white smoke puff out of Johnny's truck a couple times. Not sure if he's got an issue going on. And oh, Huseman over-rotating just in the back of the shot there.
Johnny Greaves with a great left-hand turn, really put some distance between him and Carl Renazetter in one turn, sets himself up in the air for the right-hander. Actually, maybe a little too much as he had to correct it. Gets back and ready for the left-hander, and here comes Carl again.
A great setup there as they go into the last turn, but you saw the double pump there from Johnny Greaves, and you can see the track starting to dry up. What was muddy and slick is now going to become dry with some grooves as we take a look back here, the battle for 5th.
Hey guys, how about John Hare? I'll tell you what, running as a rookie in Pro 4 here in 2010 from nearby Reno, Nevada. Started back in 13th, currently runs in 5th. He moved up to 7th in the points after an 8th place finish here in round number 5, and John Hare is here to stay in Pro 4.
I don't know if Klepper is looking at his geography, but Reno's a 5-hour drive from here, so it's not really nearby, Ken. But it is in Nevada, I'll give him that.
Compared to where he lives, which is in Indianapolis, so.
Okay, I'm gonna give him that. Johnny drifting it there. Wow. Carl down on the inside, trying to carry enough momentum, but Johnny has the drive coming out of the corner.
Two great competitors. These guys, these teams have a lot of history, and all of it not necessarily the best. I mean, if you go back into the early 2000s, these guys waged war on each other. Johnny Greaves, Carl Renazetter in a nasty wreck back in New York that gave Carl Renazetter a concussion, a lot of bad blood between the teams over the years. These guys race each other extremely hard. Oh, and Johnny pulls off like something broke.
Carl with the great run there. Now here comes Johnny coming back in as Huseman and Cheney battling for third are now suddenly battling for second with Greaves.
Very strange. So Johnny pulls off, then back out onto the track, and now
he's way out of it, way out of it.
Rick Huseman will drive underneath him again. It's like it's on and off, so he's struggling. He may be electrical or throttle linkage, something of that sort.
Cheney just rotating that truck, not afraid to just get it sideways and put it in where he feels is the fastest line, or maybe a little bit of protection of lines there as well with Huseman right behind him, but he's gapping Huseman a little bit here.
Well, I've got to say, hats off to Adrian Cheney. There is no question over the past year, going back into the 2009 season, he has pulled back just a little bit, and the truck and his driving style has become faster because of it. He finds himself in the hunt for a championship battle here this year. He's done a great job.
Stepping back just a little bit, John Hara, who is new to this four-wheel drive category, is doing a great job of keeping Kurt Leduc behind him. You see Kurt turning in just a little earlier, and you can see, wow, Hara having to saw the wheel and do some work inside that truck.
Busy up there, reaching over for the shifter. And
Leduc might have the line here to carry the speed. Oh!
Broke now. Now it's really broke. It's broke twice. So a tough hit for a Hara. He's going to have to pull off and out of the way. And boy, he pitched it in there hard. Another look at it. Caught that big hole, that rut right there.
Wham! The rear end of Leduc rips the front end apart. Oh!
And Kent Brasho finishes off whatever was left of that left front.
There's the first contact. Let's see if we got the onboard. Here comes Brasho. Aye! Nowhere to go for Brasho.
Great onboard shot, courtesy of GoPro. Thank you very much. White flag comes out. And Carl Renazetter is your leader, looking for back-to-back wins here in rounds 5 and 6.
He is your leader, but this thing is not over, even though we're on the white flag. And these two drivers in second and third are very quick and willing to dice it up. And here comes Huseman. Little bit of contact. Can he set him up as we go into turn number 3? Huseman playing it way down low, and Carl has a problem.
And that is almost exactly what happened in round 5 that opened up the door for Carl to get the win. It was Cheney and Huseman who got together. This time, the other way around. But unfortunately, yeah, it looked like Carl's truck just stopped.
Just
quit
stopped.
running.
Yep, and Cheney really with nowhere to go.
Huseman just very lucky there as he sneaks by.
Wow, great onboard shots.
Strange twist of events here. This is the final lap, and how about this? Rick Huseman is going to pick one up. He lost one in round 5, almost exactly the way he's going to win one in round 6. Carl Renazetter somehow refires the truck, finishes second. Adrian Cheney's like, what happened there, man?
And Adrian's truck broken in the front. He pulls off a third, and Kurt Leduc bringing her home. But this man, the Monster Energy Traxxas sponsor, number 36, Rick Huseman, finds his way around. A lot of contact. Wow, tons of contact. Kind of like Smash Up Derby.
4 wins, 5 podiums, and 6 starts for Rick Huseman. Renazetter and Cheney ran out the podium. Kurt Leduc, a great run, just ahead of Kyle, and Kent Brasho's best finish of the season. All right, if you missed some of the action, here you go. Courtesy of E3, we're going to give you a race recap. Round 6, Pro 4, Johnny Greaves out front early. Some big contact here in lap 1.
And it looked like it was going to rain, but then it cleared up a bit as Brasho gets spun around. Kyle Leduc with a great door dance and pulls it together.
Unfortunately for Steve Barlow, lost front wheel drive, spins it out. A couple of guys drive over him. Then Johnny Greaves, who is leading, pulls out as he has mechanical failures once again. Then Carl Renazetter, who is leading, his truck fails him. Rick Huseman takes over the lead. Adrian Cheney survives a wreck, and that's how they finish. 1, 2, and 3.
Carl should know better than that being a no parking zone.
The man leading the points out here in the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series. What a battle he had going on out there with old rivals like Adrian Cheney and Carl Rennesener. Rick, what a race that was. Take us through that last pass when Carl and Adrian got into it with each other.
Well, that was a crazy race, man. I was just trying to, you know, be there at the end to do some points racing, you know, and just trying to stay next to Carl. And God, Carl stopped there in the turn. Cheney was right there. I was like, here we go, right through the middle. So, God, I got to thank Traxxas for getting me out here. You know, they stepped up big time for us this weekend. And Monster Energy, Toyota BFGs were working great. Everybody that helps us out, you know. OMF got some wheels for us, and it was all a big team effort. You know, my brothers can't say enough about my brothers working on the truck so much. And my poor dad hurt his back. He couldn't be here, but this one's for him. Get better, Dad.
Well, another podium finish for the number 36 of Rick Huseman. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That'll keep the points very interesting here as a look at them, courtesy of Team Associated. Now a 10-point lead for Rick Huseman. Adrian Cheney, 41 points back. Kurt and Kyle ran out the top 5. And one more time, we'll send it back down to Kelly.
Carl Rennesener, what a race you had going on out there. During the last couple of laps, you got into it with Cheney. Take us through that moment.
I don't remember getting into it with Cheney, but all I remember is that this truck was on rails and it was so fast, and I was having such a great race. And about 4 laps from the finish line, it started to cough and spit, and coming out of corners, it sounded like it was running out of fuel. And I was like, oh my God, Mike, what are we gonna? He's like, just stay in it, and do the best you can. 1 lap to go, I'm like, okay, I think I can make it. I come around turn 3, and it just stops. The engine shuts off, and I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I can't believe this. But you know what? Refired, we got second, and you know, we've had good fortune going our way. My guys worked their butts off, but you know, we'll be back another day. Good news is the new truck is really good, and I'd like to thank my sponsors, Lucas Oil, General Tires are totally hooked up today, Team Associated for standing behind us, and E3 Spark Plugs, and everybody that supports us, my team, my family, everything is in line.
Congratulations on the second.
Thank you very much.
Good job, Kelly. Well, that's it for the Pro 4s. Great battle right there, but of course we will shift gears.